What's poppin', y'all? We got some old heads that must have lost their mind because the biggest, arguably the biggest gaming streamer, a streamer who has streamed every single day of 2025, 365 days in a row. He's trying to win some streaming awards. That is none other than Jinxy, who's actually like one of the streamers that's locked in, hasn't let the opportunities and IRL and all of this other stuff take him out of what really got him on. He got into it with a massive game, Clash Royale, that basically spit in his face. So Jinxy came from Rainbow Six Siege, which is an FPS game that was never one of the top FPS games in terms of popularity. It wasn't as popular as Overwatch. It wasn't as popular as Counter-Strike. It wasn't as popular as Marvel Rivals. That was relatively new, and that's kind of like hero shooter. It wasn't as popular as Call of Duty, but he blew up to become one of the biggest streamers playing that game, and a lot of people started playing that game after him. So what happened next is he decided to pick up Clash Royale, which is this mobile game. I've never played it, but I remember just a decade ago, I think it was a very, very long time ago, people were talking about, well, there was Clash of Clans. That was the first one. Is that the same as Clash Royale? Somebody put me on game. But he decides to pick up the game Clash Royale sometime last year, and immediately it saw a crazy spike. So much so, and he started playing it daily. So much so that Clash Royale creators themselves showed love to him and admitted it. And there's this one guy, Boss CR for Clash Royale, who's a creator on that game, who said, I didn't think it was possible, but Jinxy has single-handedly made Clash Royale the most popular it has ever been in 3 years after a devastating update. Creators are having their most popular videos they've had in ages because of collabs, and millions of new eyes are on the game due to him streaming it. This is more significant than when XQC and Speed played Clash Royale. They were mindlessly playing cards and mostly did it as a joke, and their audience thought nothing much of the game. Jinxy, on the other hand, is actively collaborating and engaging with the pro scene and actively trying to improve, showcasing the true competitive nature and strategy of the game while keeping his fun, energetic, and entertaining personality, which appeals to casuals too. Supercell, which is the company that owns Clash Royale, should capitalize on this amazing opportunity and momentum and be motivated to bring the best update we've seen in ages. The prize pool and even world finalist player count should even be considered being increased in CRL with the new hype and players checking out the game. They can't let this potential go to waste. This was in May 20th of 2025, and you can see the stats here. Like this spike is insane. So what do you think? Do you think Supercell decides to tap in with him or anything like that? Well, we will find out, because in August, some people thought this was a joke, but the way that Jinxy would get into a game is he's fully into it. It's not like, oh, a one-off, I'm playing Clash. No, he's playing it constantly, and this is crazy promotion. Like Jinxy, all of the clips surrounding Jinxy, and people are getting hit with the clips every single day. So he's constantly playing this. And he quit Siege, or put it in the back burner, to try and go pro or get as good as possible at Clash, and said he was willing to commit 2 years. And this was when he was talking to XQC, which I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
My goal is to go pro in this game in like 2 years. That's what I want to do. That's my new passion.
This has to be trolling. It has to be.
I swear to God, I want to go pro in this game in like 2 years though. It's gonna take a while. I gotta get top 1K first. I was top 6K like 2 seasons ago.
So this was in August. So what happened from August to now? Well, he quit. Yeah, he quit just recently, and I'm gonna play you guys this clip of him saying why he quit.
Something changes. If nothing changes, bro, you're not going to see me streaming Clash. You're not going to see me playing Clash. Now, do I play Clash off stream? Sometimes, not as much as I used to. But I just want to talk about basically all of the problems with the game. Why Clash Royale has plummeted probably more than, I think, any game I've ever seen in the history of my life. One word, bro, greed. Now, it's funny too because like, Clash Royale about a year ago, or like 9 months ago, I started to get back into the game. They would drop evolutions every month. I absolutely loved the evolutions. Then what ended up happening was they started coming out with this concept called Heroes and Level 16s simultaneously, which was basically just like a 1-2 punch to everybody and everyone that enjoyed the game. Basically, like, for no reason at all, that Expo lock, that's GG's. Without telling anybody or asking anybody, they released Heroes and Level 16 at the exact same time. Which, if you're a person who's played Clash Royale at any point in time. Kind of felt like a 1-2 punch in basically the wiener.
So after basically reviving the game, he quits and he shows his frustration. Basically, it's like the devs and the people that are running the company were not listening to anything that they had to say. They weren't listening to what Jinxy had to say. They weren't listening to what the creators had to say. And Jinxy, to sum it up, because this is a 30-minute video and you kind of got to know the intricacies of the game, he was just saying, listen, they basically said, F you guys, you're not going anywhere. We're going to do whatever we want. We're going to extract more money out of you and you're going to stay here. So Jinxy said, F this. And what happened, and this is with them never giving him credit, I don't even think they contacted the guy. And then they tweeted, Supercell, or Jinxy tweets and says, probably the biggest spit in the face I've ever seen. And Supercell had put out this statement and said, Clash Royale, a historic year. Last year, I called Brawl Stars growth historic. Now I'm about to use that word again for Clash Royale. Royale's re-engaged players doubled. New players grew almost 500%. Every major measure of playtime and engagement grew significantly. And maybe most importantly, Clash Royale once again became the game to play with friends around the world. It felt like 2016 again. Has it really been almost 10 years? I want to take a moment to celebrate this because what happened deserves celebrating. A game approaching its 10th year didn't just hold on, it exploded. That's extraordinarily rare in our industry. Yeah, it's also extraordinarily rare for one of the biggest streamers in the entire world to constantly play your game, stream your game every single day, and tell everybody that they should also play it for free. It's proof of what's possible when a talented team relentlessly focuses on making things better for players. This is absolutely hilarious because the reason why Jinxy quit is because this talented team did not make things better. They made things worse. The obvious question, what did the team do? So I went to Alexander Markovich, general manager of Clash Royale, and came away energized by what he shared. I think this is the Supercell CEO guy that's talking about this. First, Sasha and the team are remarkably grounded given what they achieved. Clash Royale is currently declining from its recent peak. Oh, any surprise? So anything they've learned comes with the awareness that challenges, blah, blah, blah. So every creator is like, Mr. Beast himself tweeted and said, I only started playing again because of you. That's Mr. Beast saying this, which is insane. And then you've also got people like Agent, one of the biggest in the game. Not the game Clash Royale, but streamers. He said, not gonna lie, I thought they gave you equity from how hard you were pushing it. They owe you some millions. Another top streamer, Lacey, said there's a serious problem with gaming companies not recognizing us creators when we are a pivotal piece in reviving games. It depends on the creator. It depends on the creator. Very, very much so. And this is also just goes to show he never got paid to play this game, as far as we know. And even Los Pollos said he spent $4K on that bum-ass game because of him. XQC said he got paid an M for one stream to play Call of Duty. Now, think about how much Jinxy has done for this game. And let's just take numbers, right? Because Sketch, who's also another big streamer, would come out and say not touching Clash Royale again until Supercell acknowledges Jinxy's impact. Disgusting to act as if a dev changed a game that's been the same for years. Jinxy, I'm done letting you be humble. Because Jinxy, even before this, he wasn't saying, he's like, yo, guys, don't give me credit for this game doing so well. Very, very humble guy. Very likable guy. From Clash RL, Rocket League, which is the new game that he's gotten involved in, and Rainbow Six, you revive those games. The only creator to do so and include the community of those games, while also bringing in even more creators. You change lives and deserve recognition and compensation. Numbers don't lie. The Jinxy effect is real. And this is Jake Lucky showing the Rocket League change since Jinxy started playing, and they passed 1 million concurrent players at the same time for the first time in over 6 years. But they were showing the income, 2025, that is, the revenue that Clash Royale generated. So January of 2025, it was 14 million. February, 14 million. March, 15 million. April, 17 million. So it's steady, which these guys are generating a lot of money. Jinxy started playing in May. Like the initial tweet I read for you guys, 28 million in May. And that had nothing to do with him. When the previous 4 months, it was all just pretty much steady around the same place. And then Clash Royale closed out 2025 as Supercell's top grossing game in December. So in December, Jinxy started, they were making 17 million. The first month, 28. And then by the end of the year, 58 million in a month for the game that he was playing. And then these guys got the nerve got the nerve to treat him like this and not even give him credit. Not even an ounce of credit. And then another Clash Royale creator, because it's not like the Clash Royale creators are saying, man, this guy didn't do anything for the game. He's just a big guy playing it. No, even they're recognizing it. A guy, Nate, says, Jinxy is never coming back to this game. Couldn't even thank the sole person for the historic revival of Clash Royale. Never thought it could get worse. And Jinxy would give his response to this tweet in this clip I'm going to play for you guys right now.
It really was not just me. It was me, Riley, Ken, Mo. I mean, so many creators that made the game better. Royale, I mean, the list goes on and on of how many people brought eyes to the game. So it's not just me. I don't even give a that they didn't put my name in here. I expected them to not put my name in here. I didn't care either way because I've only shit on the game for the past 2 months, 3 months, since Heroes got implemented, which I'll do 1,000 times. I've only shit on the game and I said exactly what's going to happen to the game. I don't care that they didn't bring up my name. I don't give a f. Where I draw the line in the sand is when they tried to take credit for the game's success. Read the lines. It's proof of what's possible when a talented team relentlessly focuses on making things better for players. What? None of the creators, none of the streamers, none of the YouTubers, none of the TikTokers, that's who's getting the credit. The team that murdered the game? Are you stupid? So I literally say this in this reply here. This guy right here, Sad Raptor, says, that's hilarious to not even mention you. And then my response was, mind you, he gave credit to the team that was responsible for killing the game. I don't know if this guy's out of touch or if he doesn't have internet or if the only thing he's updated on is board meetings or whatever. Brother, your team, your talented team, murdered the game. They killed the game. They did not do to cause this. If this was the result of the talented team, you would have saw explosive numbers in years prior. But guess what? You didn't.
I think this is just so grimy and dirty how they did him, because you could tell that this guy is doing it from the love of the game. He's doing it from the heart. He's not trying to get paid. He's not trying to do the whole corporate thing of, hey, look, guys, look what I did to Clash Royale. Rocket League team, you guys see what I just did? I added this much enterprise value. You know, you guys should give me a pay rate of this much per hour that I play your game, considering how much because the equity play is insane. They're not giving that away. But yeah, like, give me this hourly pay rate for whenever I play your game. No, he didn't even do that after what he did for Clash Royale. He came out and just picked Rocket League because he decided that he wanted to get involved in it. He took it very seriously. He's been taking it very seriously. He's talking about Rocket League as the hardest game. He's getting people like Stable Ronaldo to play Rocket League with him. He's getting other streamers into the game. Like, this guy, he's got this good-hearted nature to just explore things that he finds fun and promote them as much as possible. It's almost like he doesn't stream and he would be doing this in his off time. So for them to treat him in this way, and this is the best thing that could have ever happened. This was a lottery ticket for Supercell. This guy's not angry enough, really. He should be spitting on that game, and you could still see like the goodness in his heart when he says, I would want this game to fail, but I've met so many great creators and people and pros in that game that I want this game to do well for them so that they can continue to sustain themselves and enjoy the game and keep their careers going. So these people, it's just so unfathomable that these people are still so out of touch in 2020. Like, if this was 2020, 2021, and you know, like, it's post Ninja and they're really not sure what streamers are doing, I understand. But when you see an uptick like this and you see a guy shilling this game for you so hard for free and you don't even give him credit. And this is the worst part. If they say, oh, I didn't know, if the guy that wrote that says, oh, I didn't know who Jinxy was, that makes you look even worse because you're completely unplugged from what's going on, anything to do with your game. It's just all around pathetic, to be honest. And it's sad. And I'm glad Jinxy ditched that game. Hopefully Rocket League does him better. And yeah, I hope the guy continues to have fun and do what he does. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, especially these numbers. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm going to see you on the next one. And just to add an update here, the Supercell CEO, or Clash Royale CEO, issued an apology to Jinxy after failing to credit him for the revival of the game. And he says, since this blog was posted on February 10th, I've seen the reaction to the Clash Royale section, and I want to address it directly. In short, I failed to acknowledge the role that creators, pro players, and the broader community played in Clash Royale's resurgence, aka the most important people in the resurgence or the life of any company. Not no damn devs. Like, how many devs, even great devs, have existed? How many great teams have existed and the game didn't go anywhere because the creators, pro players, and the community as a whole just weren't there? That was my mistake, no one else's, and it runs counter to everything I believe about the impact creators have on our games and our business. I am sorry. This is not true. It does not run counter to that, because to not even mention Jinxy, who was the biggest, like every single person in that game is talking about how much he has done for it and their careers, and you just glossed over that? Really? So clearly you don't believe their impact is there, or you're just so out of touch. The intent was never to diminish anyone's contribution, but intent doesn't matter when the impact is real. I understand why it hurts, and that's on me. That line I'm not going to say that line sounds ChatGPT, but it does. Intent doesn't matter when the impact is real. That line just sounds unreal. I don't think that he wanted to diminish anyone's contribution. I just think that he was out of touch. And that's also Jinxie's problem. He's like, these guys are out of touch. They're ruining this game, and they're not paying attention to anything that we're saying. Throughout 2025, we saw creators self-organizing tournaments, celebrating Royale through art and memes, and reminding millions of people around the world why Clash Royale is special. Creators like Jinxy returned to the game with incredible passion, investing their own time, money, and energy into bringing Clash Royale back to cultural relevance and bringing up your guys' friggin' cash coffers, and introducing many new players, including some of the biggest names in streaming, to the game. That kind of love for Royale can't be taken for granted. It was taken for granted, and now he's done with that game, and he's on to Rocket League. And it deserves to be acknowledged loudly and clearly, which they failed to do. Back to my original post now, but I wanted to address this head on. Thank you to all of you. They fumbled. That's all there is to it. They collected a huge bag. They did absolutely nothing. Like Jinxy, they lucked into tens of millions of dollars and so much attention on the game, and then they didn't even listen to the people that were contributing to the resurgence of the game. So these guys deserve to fail, to be honest. I don't see Jinxy coming back. I think he could, because I don't think he takes this kind of stuff personally. But yeah, this guy, this is one of those things where, I guess he's just responding to backlash. Like, if you really wanted to credit these people, which you should, and you owe them, you would at least, and this is the thing, these Jinxy made them so much money. They should be paying him. So the fact that they didn't even credit him is just more, it's a backhand to the face, not a smack. No, it's actually a spit in the face. But yeah, I just wanted to get that last update out there.